Error occurred. Great. That's different. Is it working? I'm getting error occurred in. Yeah, it's working. Okay. Uh, I guess I just can't rely on YouTube today. That'd be fun. I get. But anyway, I hope everyone's having a great summer. I'm just. This is gonna be the last. This is unfortunately the time that breaks the streak. With Bit Summit next week, and I came back. I would have had it on Saturday, but I came back from the cabin yesterday. Had a great day today with my friend and his son. Kind of, we went to pitch and putt, and yeah. Anyway, a bit tired from a long drive yesterday, but feeling okay now, and just wanted to work on this. Unfortunately, it's a week with a couple other goals that I was working on, and so not much Carpoon or Dark Souls this week. But I did want to go to the cabin before I go to Japan next week. I love biking up there. I went biking every evening after work, so that was nice. But yeah, I'll just be working away on the Parkin Panic update today as soon as it loads. I found new files lately have been a bit slower to load in GameMaker. Some of the assets I had were a bit large. Like they weren't sized correctly, but I'll try to open it. While we wait, I think most of them I've exported. Anyway, I hope everyone's having a great summer so far with their friends. Basically, some of the things like that blue post I might have to resize slightly. In GameMaker itself, they are slightly too big. This was the old level that I was looking for reference to see if I can compare the difference, but it did open up all the other sprites. So in this level, see these pillars in the corner are a little large. But yeah, I just want to finish up this wall, and then my friend who suggested the wall will be happy. I think there's an error here where this car, when it's dragged over the water, there's a bug. We can fix that right now. Try to get down. This is one of the... Sometimes it happens in the project where it seems like it's so close to finishing, and then maybe other stuff comes up. Oh, hi there, Oscar. What do you think of Nintendo's early Halloween announcement of Amio for Nintendo Switch? Do we know the release date? Is it Halloween? Like it 100% seems like a Halloween game. But I am happy they are trying something different. Even if, like, we don't know what the quality will be like, but it's piped our curiosity for sure. That apparently is not Bloober Team. Yeah, we know the rating is rated M. And it even has other things that are pretty high rating. No, but how are you doing over there, Oscar? What games have you been playing last week? I was playing a couple games that I think I'll talk maybe about next week. I thought for me it was a Ghost of Satoru Iwata. Well, no, yeah, it's nice to reflect on the anniversary, or not, just 9 years since his passing. He did a lot of great things that we find out more and more later. Definitely a great legacy. Oh, I guess one thing I'll mention is from the going to the cabin. It was nice because it actually got cool at night and a lot easier to work up there. Okay, let's see this bug, and I'll try to start that first, get some momentum. Now, MEO, I think, I wonder if MEO, it's like the big question is MEO going to be good? And I guess we won't know till it's done. I'll turn on the volume. Well, that's a different bug with keyboard and mouse. So yeah, I think your theme park team, Oscar, is gonna win there for Splatfest. So is that an hour and 45 minutes for you from now? I'm gonna save the bug down here. That was the other bug. Okay, an objective. The objectives have an issue. No, it's tough to say. I'll try putting it here. This should work. Oh. Oh, was I must have been copying it over. Breaking news. Oh, Link will be a playable character. That they shouldn't make Link playable in it. Like, let Zelda have the whole game. Sheik wasn't playable in Ocarina of Time, although they already had two Links basically. Yeah, I'm gonna boo at that. I wonder if Link is playable Okay, let's say if Link is only playable at the very beginning, then maybe that's not so bad. Okay, I think this should be okay now. Yep. These two should have matched. But so this Thursday, Ways Over, you're getting the special physical copy of Nintendo World Championships NES Edition. Yeah, I'll be away. So I won't get it that day. Maybe after the conference I'll get it. I was thinking of getting that one, so I have to check. Is Nintendo Switch region free? Because I know you can get it over the eShop, but are cartridges region free? That's something I wonder. I'll have to look into. Okay, yeah, so probably better to get the North American one, though. I can always just get it over the eShop when I'm away. Okay. So I had to unpack this morning. I haven't had time to bring my controller adapter back up to the computer, so I'm just using keyboard and mouse today, which is good to see testing like that. There, maybe the cursor should appear. Okay, so the bug is this when it goes over the sewer grate, which is a little hard to get to. It's a little close. I think that should be a bit further in. This is a thing that's actually kind of hard to do. Yeah, but here's the bug. Okay, I just gotta add my path to follow for some reason. That's one downside of copying over the new code. I don't think I actually need to worry about that because it's moving. It's seeing if a path is there. Okay, I move it because I put it there. Yeah, kind of weird spot. I might have to cut one piece off this line. I'll try that. And I'll change the code. So this part I'll just get rid of it and I'll comment it out. Little bugs like this can kind of ruin a play session. I remember once in the past where if I was harpooning something and I think it was if somebody harpooned a wall, a certain type of wall, the game would crash. So I was like, oh no. Okay, I feel like it's not detecting. That's not good. Does it work for cars still? Yeah. What about Firebox? Yeah, still some Z depth issues too. I had to split it. But I want the main goal is to finish the wall today. That was different. It detected it at least. Okay, this was this was for objects looking for boost pads. Like technically I don't need any of this. I only need it to go up. I'll back that up and see if it still works. So we have player or not a player. It's kind of weird because it's lifting the cars, but not the player. Anyway, maybe I'll move on the wall for a bit. It's not too entertaining, but try to get it done. So that's about as tall as it should be. And right now you can see it's a little bit taller. So somewhere along the line it was a little bit bigger. I'll just open up that file. Let's see how big that sprite is and figure out how big this one should be. Okay, that's 35 by 95, so smaller than 95 tall. We'll try that. Before it was divided by 3. We'll see this is a ticket. There's a bug up there. I'd say these streams, I think drawing's pretty fun, but probably texting this gameplay coding, that's the best part. So maybe I'll make sure that metal wall in the bottom corner can be harpooned. I'll have to try to plan a bit better. I just want to try to finish up here. Yeah, this looks like to be pretty much the right size. So yeah, I forgot what this is. A no swimming and shark car sign for the shark car that used to be there. We have to put the volleyball net in, even though it's not interactive. I guess I could do that now. I probably have it. The volleyball itself with eyes. I would think that could explode. I'll finish on the walls first. That's kind of that's funny, but not necessary. Neither is a net, I suppose. Oh yeah, the tree, there's a tree up there that I haven't put in yet. Now, some things like the spike wall would be tempting to have cars get stuck in it. I think I won't worry about that too much. It might look like a shrub, but I will change the sprite here. Oh, we had... I created a folder and I didn't need it. Okay, well, I'll be back in a second while I get some more water, maybe put coffee on. And yeah, I guess from there, I'm going to finish this wall. I'll finish this wall and maybe add a couple of the parts that can be dragged in. Yeah, and finish those trees and maybe split the tree base. I planted a tree up the cabin. Replaced a couple big ones that fell down that I used to have tree fort on. And Oscar, I guess I would ask, are there any games in Japan right now that you can only get in Japan on Nintendo Switch that I should be looking for, if you know of them? I'm going to go to the BRB screen I put together, which I think says starting soon. Let me see. Nope, here. There, BRB. Ah, okay. Basically, you want to just keep finishing as much as possible. In Japan, I'm sure when I'm there, after Bit Summit, I'll have a lot of time to work on this. Maybe have another one of my fiercest critics, my nephew, give it a shot again. I do have to add the boost, like a boost pad to go faster, and it's what he wanted. Well, it'd be fun if you could boost, like send a rocket on cars and just guide them back to the crusher. Playing some games with more abilities lately, that's something I wish I had done more of. Okay, let's put this wall in. And we'll see how it goes. Like these little arrows, that'd be fun as a boost pad, but it would ruin all the crusher timing. So, no, I'm not going to do that. I look forward to finally setting up my air conditioning after this. I have to kind of put tape around the sliding glass window. I did not have time before heading out today. Probably that and having the windows closed will be the defining factor of this stream most of all. So here I considered putting it into two sprites. Maybe one is not great. Let me see if the Carpoon Discord's there. Nah, I won't bug him. So 0 frames, good. This could be a towable object that never moves. Might be the way to do it. Like the scrap car, put a wall that way. I'll check a wall after, but basically it's an easy way to make sure shrapnel comes out of it. And trying to do is the lesson here is try to cobble it together as quickly as possible and not spend too much time. It's something I've already spent too much time on for these walls. I should have been done at the end of week 1. So this density, I think it's density of 0. That's like infinite density. Could be one of these two things too, but we'll just check. We'll see if the fence can be dragged or not. Like ideally the fence will wiggle when hit. If I had a sound effect, it'd be kind of a springy metal sound effect. But we'll see as it compiles. Hopefully it's no bugs. Definitely has to rebuild more when there's new graphics added. These two things still need some sort of white stroke around it. That's like a thumbnail hack. So I can see the cursor on that one, but I believe the cursor disappears in the next one. Recoil still works, that's nice. You can see the sewer grate, at least I can, just above the very bottom. So the statue, that has stuff come out of it. Yeah. Okay, the problem is moves the harpoon to what it thinks the center is. So maybe that won't work. Yeah, that solution might not be good for it. What happens? Nothing happens if I hit a wall. You would think it'd be pretty easy to have yellow bits come out of it. What I might have to do is we have the fence. I might have to put a fake invisible wall behind it, which is already there. But change that piece to... Oh, it blew up even. I guess this should blow up then too. Takes a lot of hits. Maybe that should only be 3. So you see, this one you can't harpoon. It is just a thin little wire. The statue, I'm gonna take a quick look at how that works. That's probably, it's a different type of blocking object underneath it, but that does the job. That is a one-hit towable object like it. Sometimes there's different stuff in different levels, so I'll just refresh my memory quickly. That's it. That's different. I want to change the level, but I haven't chosen the player yet, so I can't. Oh, and the left and right bumper are showing again. They are under the paint can right now. That's a different one. Kind of sounds like the music stopped too. The cursor being invisible before the match, that makes it tougher. The animation is going backwards there. It's not quite the same with the keyboard and mouse. It doesn't have as many fixes as the controller one. So yeah, something like the object statue would work. It might be overkill. Those meatballs basically use the same thing, so I can delete the object underneath when you move it, because when you... I find it was easier to delete an object than to turn collision on and off. Yeah, I haven't used keyboard and mouse so long. I'm sort of having fresh eyes as to potential problems there. Always. Well, first of all, always get feedback in different ways. Like, it's always people testing in a controller that I see. Mostly, I try not to focus on the keyboard too much. Yeah, like that could break in some way. But it does appear only statue-like objects do that, and they wouldn't have the wiggle. So I think we want to do something like the bush, and then have it. It doesn't have to block, and have little chunks of metal come out. Oh, the keyboard and mouse has that bug too. That one I fixed on controller. So all I have to do is when the harpoon is detected, have little pieces come out on a hit. Oh, I see. But to have it hit in the correct spot, like an object, it kind of could break everywhere. That might be easy way. You just won't get the exact point where the pieces come out. That's where if it was 2 pieces, it'd be less noticeable. I'll try that. Back in a second. And just getting my coffee. Okay. So the statues kind of work. They have a piece underneath. That's where it harpoons, and it kind of detects it. Do I could just try making it another statue type. I might break though. If too bad you couldn't do multiple inheritance. I could have it inherit 2 things. Well, you can chain them, but they aren't currently chained. Oh, this one's too big too, but I won't worry about it too much. That'll be good. I'll just do that and be fine. That might not work perfectly, but I guess I'll find out. Yeah, that's very simple. Put that back. There's a lot of different items for O Explodable. I just kind of wanted to scale and bounce. Is that might happen anyway. Well, what's this one's parent? Let's see. Yeah, it's collision scale bounce. What? Give me that. I feel that this could be object statue, and I'll just copy collision scale bounce over. If I can eventually get to it. Try to write notes in here. Fence. Well, that and the combination of these parent objects. But I may have to copy over some code or Frankenstein a new one. Let me open the AutoWorks room too, and I'm going to quickly double check what I did for those canisters. This one, it must entirely rely on the object underneath it, which I believe, yeah, it creates one. And then you don't have to worry about finding it later on like the statues do. This is when I got slightly smarter. The statues, they just look for it and they see if there's one that intersects with them. This seems fairly simple. I could just copy this over. And all I have to do is create a different base. Now the base, let's see if that's complicated. No, its parent's just O solid. It's probably got a different physics shape. Yep. And it's only drawn until the end. So this one kind of looks like the way to go. Just the problem is copying it over, then I have duplicate code that if something changes, I have to fix two things. But I don't see too much of that happening at this point in development Carpoon, so should be okay just to do the quick solution and copy code over. I do have to create a new base. That's kind of the main thing here. And then this fence will be pretty much the same as that canister. I kind of wonder how the harpoon goes with it. It's pretty thin, but angled back, it gives it a little bit more depth. Yeah, I guess we'll see. Fortunately, I don't think this is too hard. It might be a little finicky with the two objects. Also, as a bonus, let's see here. That's only doing OZ depth, so I could... Let's see. It has that. I could make it one of those shrubs to go through. I'm thinking what games I want to play on the plane going to Japan, if I have a bunch of demos, or I just want to focus on something like Dark Souls the whole time. I probably have to get a new Joy-Con for that. One of my Joy-Cons drifts terribly. The other Joy-Con has vanished into another dimension, and it drifted anyway. I don't know. It only needs a different color, and it needs a different base. Well, maybe maybe I can use it. We'll see. Don't be explodable, because that's draggable. No, I don't want to edit the parent. I want to change who the parent is. Oh, I had a bouncy one. I had a bouncy one already. I can't. It's got to be broken. How? Are you kidding me? The parent is also explodable. What is the parent of a... It's funny when I've tried so many things already that stuff just exists, but... What's the pillar's actual parent? It's just OZ depth, so I don't think that'll work. I'm curious. I want to see. But that was clearly a route I was trying to get a bouncy one before, and probably thought it wasn't needed on a metal cylinder. I'd like a little bit of interactivity when possible. I don't know if the other wall will use this, but I'll probably force it onto it. Okay. That's way too bouncy, and it also has this part that broke. It doesn't have to rotate. It just has to do the bounce. So maybe I'll just recreate it. Okay. Let me close a bunch of things now. I find sometimes it's just a matter of focus gets tough. That can be left. That can be left. Trying to think if health is 0. Is that considered infinite? Or should I'll just make it some huge amount that congratulations if you do manage to destroy it. So this base equation, that will have to change. Maybe I won't inherit that create statement. What code is this? Okay, it is the security wall. No, we'll see what happens there and how broken it is. I'll probably only have to change the base shape when I'm done. Probably when clicking around, it should just have the car appear. I felt like that was a point where it was going to crash. It was like it paused. No. This light, I considered making it fade in and out, but it works for now. So that's hilarious. The draw event includes the... So not only did it break, the draw event overwrote what I was going to draw. So I don't... Yeah, I don't need the draw event. I just want to see what happens, and I'll change the base. So once this fence is done, I can just apply the exact same thing to the fence on the other side. That's going to be a bug that needs to be fixed. I'm putting that into the Trello right now. It should be. Do I have bugs? I did at one point. Here we go. So that one was fixed. With keyboard and mouse. Trello is slightly easier to keep track of things rather than a Google document that scrolls forever, even with headers. Okay, this base, I can probably find it and duplicate it in the code. Call it O fence grab base, sure. It deletes itself. We don't necessarily have to delete it because it's a fence. If the fences were in the middle of the match and they broke, sure, that option's there. I didn't think about that. That would make things interesting to have walls that break and it opens things up. Although normally I think if like the ground crumbled away and you had less space to work with, it's kind of a bit more interesting. Okay. Now we just want to go here and I'll drag the fence to it, and the fence will be a good way to see what size it should be. Unfortunately, I have a lot of fences, all from the AutoWorks level. I just feel like everything is glazed over right now. I could have sworn I put it into there. I'll just copy here. S-Stock tall fence. Wall sprites. Okay. Now I'll modify this to make it a rectangle shape instead of the weird round shape for the canister. This should be much faster. I'm sure it's a lot easier for the calculations. There we go. I guess it I mean, it's 4 points, it doesn't really matter. I'll go there. Now I have to, so it never draws itself ever, because then we'll have two. Yeah, it shouldn't draw itself. only if I'm doing my test code. Okay. Always download the new manual. Hey, let's see how it goes. Oh, I'm still running it. That's what happens when the sound is quiet. I don't notice. Yeah, with no stream next week, I hope to resume the week after. But I'll just have to see the time. It might not be on the weekend. It might be during the week. No, wait. Probably Sundays. Let's see. Yeah, it might still be on Saturday. I think Sunday in Japan time, I'll just be at home. No, it baked me out with the thinking to crash again. The mouse not being visible on that objective screen, at least I can click anywhere, it doesn't matter. Okay. Well, clearly this is not a Steam fence. What did I break to? It's telling you, it wants a list of the harpoons. So I can turn off the Steam and I'll just change the range of where the scrap metal comes out of, the shrapnel. This bug though, this is that happening on other things? That's weird. I want to just check that quickly, but it's probably something isn't quite right, so it's complaining. Add, okay. That is if the that's a tricky thing where if the statue blows up or the canister, it makes the other harpoons let go. That was a trickier thing at the time. The other harpoons that were still holding onto it would be latched in place, and only until the player let go would they go. So curious. I might have to try. It could be a keyboard and mouse thing. It could be fine with the controller. It could be broken in keyboard and mouse. I'm gonna do a BRB and think about that. hopefully I'll just keep this to 2 hours, and we'll see. I might have to talk to someone at that point. Okay. Okay, sorry about that. But there's also 0 people watching, so don't feel too bad. It's like stream like nobody's watching. Just relaxing. I do want to set up a game stream, but like either play Carpoon with friends or just play other games like maybe in the middle of the week. I do think though making short videos or TikToks might have better payoff. I don't know, this is just something with the process I like doing, and if somebody does show up to talk to you, it's nice. XCOM Max created the Carpoon, serious? Yes. XCOM Max, are you the same as Scully or another skull person? Thank you for dropping by. Yes, okay, thank you. Yeah, no, doing well. I was at my family's cabin last week, so I came back very late last night, because I wanted to play pitch and putt with my friend and his son. His son was playing pitch and putt for the first time, so we had kind of a great day earlier today, and just trying to get some momentum back on Carpoon. Last Sunday, I had there was like a charity golf tournament for one of my old hockey teammates, and since then I was kind of busy with a couple other things, but I had really good momentum before that, so I'm trying to get it back. I will be going to Japan on Wednesday, but I think I'll be able to work more on Carpoon in Japan after conference. But how are you doing, Scully? I hope you're doing well. Have you done any 3D modeling lately and I just have missed it? I guess I don't always go in the 3D modeling section of Yerk's Discord. Yeah, thank you. No, you're always very positive. After this update, there is what I do call just the Scully update for Falklands Island, where either cars will get shot out of the volcanoes, or just more surfboard cars will come in. Yeah, okay. At least you're doing it. That's all you have to do. Give it the practice. I have to start 3D modeling soon, I think. For games itself, 3D modeling is it's kind of the key. Like 2D games do not do as well as 3D games. Making a 3D game is harder, but they sell a lot better. It's kind of like all generations of kids now have just grown up with 3D the whole time. I think that's part of it. No, that's great to hear. You're still doing 3D modeling and stuff. It's like I was taking a Japanese course kind of until the end of June, And I'll probably take one again in September, but in the summer I do want to go through a Mark Burnett drawing course I've gotten. I've done some of it, but I want to like put more time into it. Oh, well, thank you very much, Skull. Yeah, 3D or 2D. Yeah, it's true. Like one game that looks very much like Hades at the local indie meetup is hand drawn, but it's quite good animation. And he draws in Flash, and it does draw a lot of eyes. He also made the UI look like Persona. That kind of helps. It's like an easy hook to get people onto. Go, man. I think the main thing was the fence was drawn different, and so I had steam coming out of the fence here, which is something I don't want. That's probably in this. So we have that, and we want a different location. Scully, are you going to do anything for the summer? Any vacations coming up, or just work the whole time, which is a reality of life? Been a year since you coded. You need to refresh your stuff. This is, to me, this is like a little bit tougher than what Flash used to be. This is like an object, and it's got a, just a variable, and this is like a script. If I go into it, it's kind of just easier. Most of my code is probably very simple. Only a few things are complex. Some of the most complex things I had to like use somebody's free script or buy it. But no, basically working for the most part, doing art when you can. Well, no, that's great. It's like it's hard to do everything. Okay, so this is easy. I can just comment this out to not have Steam. And also this would push away the vehicles. I don't think I want that either. I think that the advantage of coding in GameMaker is that it's not too picky about memory and deleting things, although there is some of that. And you don't have things that C++ has, like what's called a pointer, when you're like passing references to other things. That's something I've only dealt with a tiny bit. And you get to be more focusing on the programming itself than the gameplay. And I was like, I'll just do this because it seems like the easiest one to just get things going and not run into problems later. Now it seems like Unity or blueprints in Unreal are probably easier. Okay, let's see this fence that I'm working on. Well, I pushed down where it explodes and I have this bug again. But that's okay. It's a little better. I wonder. So, are you gonna update on itch.io or did I give you a Steam code? Because I think you had it on itch.io for sure. And I'll definitely itch.io. So after, I think there is a newer one on it, and definitely once this Parking Panic update is done, I'm going to update it again. And if you want a Steam key, would you like a Steam key? I can just DM you one whenever too, because that's easier to update because Steam does it automatically. That's a one big downside of itch.io. Although do you, or on itch.io, I think they do have a client. I'm not sure if the client updates it. Yeah, let's do this right now because I appreciate you dropping by. Yeah, Steam, it just takes care of it for you, and like it's open. I think there is an itch, like sometimes those bundles, it's like here's 300 Steam or 300 games, and then I accidentally buy them on Steam after. So this is I think it's considered a beta key, but it should continue working after the game is out, unless I somehow get rid of it. But no, I'll update it soon, although it probably won't be until I'm in Japan. Like I have a pretty busy week ahead of me. Okay, hold on. Okay, there, it should be sent. Yeah, that is super handy. And it lets you do Steam Remote Play super easily, which itch.io can't. That's one of the biggest benefits to the Steam is that it's like with the price, that's one thing I consider with Carpoon in the end. Yes, I'm not sure how good my internet will be. And if you ever just want to play it and have some time free, let me know and I'll probably be around, especially like the Japan time zone is different. I'll be there for about a month, but when I'm at home, I can always make time to. But no, I would like to do more play sessions. I haven't probably done a bunch of them. Like that's one thing I noticed about one person I'm in their server. They sometimes it was like a playtest every week, but then they had to work on another project, so it slowed down a bit. I'm at a point in Carpoon where sometimes it's not different enough. I feel for the community. That's where new player testers comes in. Like I might have done back end stuff, but hopefully with this and the Volcarnage Island update, and I was very close to finishing off AutoWorks. Cars kind of drove into lava a bit, and then after that it's just 100% all gravy until release. I was very happy this update, except for this fence, went by quickly. I'm not sure how old that Steam release is, but it's probably within the last 3 months. One thing that's good about those, usually when I do them, is that I go through a lot of stuff and make sure, slowly but surely get to the state of Carpoon you want. Yeah, it's I think like look at the map here. It's like this is like the update I wanted. And thanks to Yerk doing like a passover on my draft, brought a lot of neat ideas in, like these wires and some destroyed walls up here. It's gonna be a fence here that's already drawn, like this fence. So this level will be it'll be a lot better than what it was. And yeah, never make a factory level is my advice to people. Yeah, so yeah, I should have updated itch.io since then. I must have just been testing Steam. Oh, hello, Oscar. Welcome back. Maybe. Yeah, so I'm going to write a note to update the itch.io version before I go to Japan. It's for anyone else on it. The biggest thing about games, too, you always hear about is scope creep. And that's probably one thing I got into with Carpoon in 3 different modes. Okay, well, thank you very much, Golly. I appreciate the little boost there, as always. And I hope you also keep doing well. And yeah, I'll keep up the 3D modeling. Well, yeah, I'll definitely set up a time to play it at some point in the future. Goodbye. Okay, this fence, so it does have a bug that causes a crash. And that's that DS list error. But mostly it's kind of, it needs to do this maybe twice. Maybe I'll cheat and I'll do it twice. I'll do minus 40, minus 140. We'll see what that happens. There is a way to get the height of a sprite that it uses. I could probably just check that. That's probably easier than coding it. It's 415 tall, so maybe minus 100, minus 300. And shard color, that works. It's the same color. That's nice. Probably I can do 2. And if I do this, it'll like it's the easy way to make it go all the way along it. So I don't get why it doesn't like this, because I create the list and all of a sudden it says unknown object. Maybe it also needs it up here. Maybe something is happening there. I'll try. Let's see what happens. I'd probably have to do something with the objective screen to time those right, but let's see. Oh wow, right away it broke. Why? Oh, it's like adding. It's adding the. It's adding the fence to itself. That's why. Yeah, it's like that. I think it's got a different object name, is my guess. Okay, so when you are adding this is when it's breaking. Oh, I feel like this is some inheritance thing. No. No. Because alarm 0 is when it's breaking. It's like, where is it running the script? Okay, it's in the Harpoon. That's kind of bad if I have to modify it and I worry about breaking it, so I'm going to duplicate it. I create a backup. Hopefully those scripts sometimes aren't backed up like the object is. I backed it up almost a year ago. Okay, where on line 50 are you doing this? Okay, it's actually probably line 400, which is hard. Because this is, we can guess, that's 192. Okay, that's gonna be like 260. It's gonna be in here. I want to write in a quick message so it's easy to find. A final 10 minutes on stream. Maybe I can fix this. We'll see. And okay, this is the easy thing to do in GameMaker. It does tell me everything. I'm at this point now. And in that, on line 50, okay, it's finding something. It's just creating, it's pulling the wrong object for it. Okay. So I actually didn't have to find that, but it's good to know kind of what it's happening from. It needs this temp solid. What is this temp solid? It kind of, it searches for an O solid. It's probably this O solid rounded corners is what it's getting. And that, yeah. I also want to check quickly if the statues in general are broken with keyboard and mouse. Okay. Oh, Z. You can't notice the Z depth issue there, but no, I guess that's okay. Oh, this is broken too. Oh man, is that because I moved the statue and it's not just finding it? It could be the fence and the object aren't colliding. Okay, let's see another statue that's a bug where the sound is really loud over that still. Okay, so it's something about the statue not being right over it. So that's interesting. That's something about. Oh man, this is weird. What is this super long line of code? Okay, it's doing a collision rectangle. It's like it tries to find it, and if it doesn't, it goes again. But maybe it's not finding it. Maybe it's finding this below it. This is how walls allow the harpoon to hit anywhere. I create a dummy object at the exact point where it hits. Weird bug. Well, maybe I'll check quickly if I can just move the object under it. And if not, like that's pretty much under it. Does it have to be entirely under it? Is that the problem? Is its shape different? If I do there's a physics draw debug. Let's this might show up everywhere. But we'll see what happens. And Oscar, I'm going to have to head out after this, but you'll get to see the Splatfest results pretty soon here, I believe. It is at 7 Pacific time. And I'll keep thinking of maybe a few better, quicker things to do, although I do love the weekly stream. Okay, so that, yeah, not under it. This is still a little bit out of range. I wonder if there's something that's set in the sprite that I've forgotten. Why did it still do steam? I thought I turned that off. Okay, and it was higher up. Is that the catch? Is it? Oh man, that's, well, I'll think of that. It's probably it's probably an easy solution to it. I'll keep it on that screen. Well, that's going to be it for this week. Kind of slowed down by that bug. That's what happens. There's always unforeseen things. That seemed like an easy problem. And no stream next week. So I'll be away. I'll have a break. Unfortunately, the streak will end. But I'll probably be right back at it as soon as I can. Maybe I'll make up for it. That will be jet lag and stuff to get over. And no, I hope you guys all have a great summer. And yeah, I'll keep trying to think of different ways to maybe provide a bit more value from things like this at times. Although I think it is a value in kind of seeing some of the process, even though I know there's much better ways to do it. But until next time, have a great week. Bye, everybody.